Hello, I am here to show you how to create this image, which is inspired by Chuck Close and his portraits that he does using sort of a fragmented grid-like structure that ends up looking pixelated or kind of fragmented when you look up close. And then when you go far away, you can see what the image is. So obviously this is a self-portrait, it's a picture of me. If I were to zoom way in, all you see are these little fragmented sort of triangles and geometric shapes. But as you get farther away, you can actually see the picture of me. You can also see in this image that it is a monochromatic work. You can choose to have it be monochromatic or really whatever colors you'd like. That is going to be totally up to you. So to get started, what you're going to do is go File, Open Image. When you go to open your image, you want to find the image that is of your face. If you want, you can also do a picture of a family member or a friend. I'm choosing to do an image of my face. I'm going to crop out some of the extra space that I don't need for my work. So I'm using the crop tool here, and to actually get it to crop, I have to hit enter. So I'm going to hit enter and it's going to crop that image. Then from here, what I'm going to do is go to adjustment. I can do a couple of things with this. I'm going to first go to brightness contrast, move this guy over here. I'm going to make it a little bit brighter, and I'm going to have it a lot more contrasty. That allows it to have really high highlights and really low lowlights. So you get that nice amount of white and black mixed together in terms of light and dark within the work. So I'm going to hit apply. Then I'm going to go to adjustments. And this time I'm going to go to, let's go to hue and saturation. Now with hue and saturation, I can start to play around with these bars to how light I want it to be or dark, how saturated I want it to be or desaturated. That makes it more black and white. And then what are the tones? I want it to be more in like the green and blue tones or kind of these pinky purple tones. So it's going to be totally up to you to decide how you want that to work. I think I like it more towards, let's do where it's just like a little bit elevated of what the normal color is. You can totally decide how to do this. It's completely up to you which way you want to go. Then I'm going to press apply. From here, I'm going to go to adjustment and I'm going to go to posterize. Then I'm going to pick either 1, 2, or 3 to posterize. I think 2 looks pretty good. So I'm going to press apply. And you can see how it's starting to make these colors. They're basically in the same family. There's a little bit of a contrasting green going on, but they're kind of within the same color family of warm colors so far, with this dark, dark, and then this white, white. Then my last step that I'm going to do is use filter, and I am going to go with mosaic. When I go into the mosaic, I can choose how much of a mosaic do I want it to be. So the more I use, the more abstracted the piece becomes. So I have to make sort of that decision in terms of the fine line of how fragmented or abstracted do I want it to look. When I zoom out of this picture, it'll look more like my face. Just like when it has less amount of fragmented pieces, it looks more like my face. Or I can make it more abstract. So you have to decide how realistic or abstract you want your image to look. And so that's going to be sort of the decision that you make. You can see how I'm going to hit apply for this. With this image, I use mostly blue tones, and it's sort of, you can tell, especially here, what my face looks like. With this, it's more of these warm tones. And then again here, because it's smaller and farther away, you can see more of that fragmentation. If you ever want to go back a step, like maybe you want to play around with this a little bit more, you can always hit um, Control Z, and Control Z is undo. You can also undo by going to Edit, Undo. So that will go back one step so that you can do it how you'd like. So again, the last step that you'll do for this is go to the mosaic portion and then decide how fragmented you want your image to be. I really like this one a little bit more fragmented. I think it looks kind of interesting in that way. And so I'm going to hit apply. It reminds me a little bit more of what Chuck Close's work looks like in terms of if you were to zoom way in, it looks like all these abstracted images. And then when you zoom out, you can actually tell it's the face. Once you're finished, you're going to go to File, Save, and then you can change it to your name. And this is a beginner lesson, so you could put beginner afterwards to keep it separate from other things that you've made, and then press download. From there, you are going to upload it to Artsonia, and then I'll get to see it, and I'm super excited to see what you make.